Howdy! Here is the second update on my 2 garden mini ponds. I first went back up to the garden at the end of May, over a month since I'd built the ponds, and a lot had changed. It always amazes me how fast greenery grows in springtime in these parts, even though we had a drought for most of the year so far. The nettles, thistles, grass, and so many other things we'd probably just call weeds had gone crazy and needed some serious trimming back. The grass in front of Pond 1 had grown really tall. In this shot, I'd already trampled it down by foot, and by the end of May, it was almost fully blocking the camera. This, combined with the fact that I'd set the camera motion sensitivity to high, meant that because of the slightest wind, I was confronted with thousands of files on each of the 2 cameras. I immediately changed the sensitivity setting to medium. I did indeed sit down and slowly go through all the videos, most of which just looked like this. Starting where we left off last time, the blackbirds. Both a male and a female have been the most regular avian visitors to the ponds, showing up on 20 of the 31 days of May. It's mostly the male seen here, but a few times the female shows up. She has a less yellow beak, streaking on the chest and throat, and a more dark brown colouring. So really the English name blackbird is undoubtedly sexist, a good example of patriarchy in the biological sciences. You can see from the greenery here, this was after I'd done a lot of trimming. This pair must live in the garden or nearby, and judging by what came later in June, their breeding season was successful. It's lovely to see them regularly enjoying the ponds for a drink. As far as life in the ponds themselves is concerned, there wasn't a lot to report. The floating fern in Pond 1 had died, and the plants here were struggling. I realized that this pond received significantly less sunlight than I first thought. Present in both ponds, however, were hundreds of pond wrigglers, or mosquito larvae. Don't tell the neighbors. These wriggle around arse up because they breathe through a snorkel at the end of their abdomen. In actual fact, however, there have hardly been any mosquitoes in the garden this spring, and I put that down to the drought. There's been so little moist ground for them to lay their eggs in and thrive. The ground snails were loving the ponds, and there were many present every time I'd come down to check on them. The plants in Pond 2 were doing really well, probably as they're in a much sunnier spot. I was worried that it could be too sunny and exposed here, but they're looking good. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please like and follow, and stay tuned to see who else visited the ponds during the spring.